What's going on YouTube? In today's video, we're gonna be cleaning a pair of 990 V4s.
Till the sun just won't rise and heaven's under eyes. I'm living to die for you, there ain't none after you.
Now, I've wanted to make this video for probably like 4 or 5 months. I've had this shoe on hand for a while now and I haven't cleaned it yet. So that's what today's video is all about. I always get questions asking how I clean my New Balances and how I clean suede. So today's video, we're just gonna go over this and hope for the best. Now, I usually don't clean my New Balances. I like to let them, stay a little dirty, a little beat up, just because that shows character and that's the way I like my sneakers. But sometimes it gets really bad to the point where you need to freshen them up. So we're gonna get right into it. Now, this is just how I clean my New Balances and my suede. There's thousands of ways to do it, but this is just the process that I think works best. So, and it doesn't cost that much. There's not that many materials that you need or supplies. So what I'm using is a soft bristle brush, a medium bristle brush, an eraser, like a regular school eraser, Reshoevn-Ator, just the basic cleaning solution, like a microfiber cloth, and that's it. And hopefully these red 990 V4s turn out just the way I want them to. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the soft Reshoevn-Ator bristle brush, and we're just gonna brush the suede all in one direction. And what it's gonna do is just loosen up a lot of that dirt that's inside of it and kind of free it up a little bit. Break the suede up and get some of its freshness back. Now, I don't think we'll be able to revive the color of the suede. We're gonna at least try to make it look nicer. So usually when I'm cleaning a shoe like this, I would take out the laces, but when I bought these, I put in these brand new white laces, so we're not even gonna touch that. I will tuck them in there just so they don't get like super wet. For the most part, there's really not that much dirt. Some dirt on the midsole, and there's some dirt on the suede itself. So we will clean that up. But first I want to try and treat these stains in it. All right, so there's a lot of mud, a lot of dirt implemented inside the actual suede. And the thing that I found best is just a regular school eraser. I've seen a lot of people do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna find the dirty spots, mainly on the mud guard, and just try and erase them. Now, I don't really care what happens to these shoes. Taking that they were 50 bucks, and I've been wearing them dirty for months on end. All right, so for the most part, I think I did as much as I could with this eraser. It actually helped a little bit. It would be better if you use this eraser on like a shoe that isn't as old as this sneaker and it doesn't have as much, like, when that dirt sets in there and it stays in there for a while, it's pretty hard to get it out with just the eraser. So I think it did as much as it could. I'm gonna hit it up one more time just to be sure. But this dirt has been sitting in this suede for a very, very, very long time. Probably since like 2014. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm done with the eraser. There's not any like stains on the back. Now, a lot of people say don't use water on suede, don't use water on suede, don't use water on suede. I found it that you can use the absolute slightest bit of water on suede. The absolute slightest bit. I really don't care what happens to these shoes, that's why I'm testing it on these before I go clean like a high valued collab. So I'm gonna put a few drops inside the bowl itself. Put that off to the side. Now, this is just a regular Reshoevn-Ator. I don't need to get something crazy. So I'm gonna dip it in there and just dab it. Shake all the water off. All that water's gotta come off. Maybe dab it on a towel and then just, I'm gonna try and go in one direction. Now I don't want the suede to sit there with the water on it, so I'm gonna wipe it off. And this I'm doing with the medium bristle brush instead of the soft. Okay, so the sneaker's wet right now. I'm gonna hit up the midsole, and then that'll be it for the water aspect of it. Once again, I'm going over this with a medium bristle brush. Okay, so I'm not even close to being done. What I still need to do is I need to, first and foremost, let it dry because it doesn't look accurate enough. So as you can see, it does look a little better. The magic will happen after we let it dry. So we're gonna let these sit for a couple hours, come back, and then we'll brush it clean and go from there. So now that I've let this shoe dry for a little bit, I've only cleaned this one. This one's still dirty. Might not have actually even cleaned that one. So what I can tell is that it did get a little, it's still a little dirty obviously, but it is a little bit cleaner. As you can tell here and here, it has gotten a lot cleaner. Some of that dirt is just permanently embedded in there, and there's really nothing we can do. But what we can do is try and reset the suede. So right now you can't move it at all. We're kind of cooked on that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a soft bristle brush, and we're just gonna brush it to try and get some of that gnat back. And we're gonna brush it all in one direction. It's starting to move better now. So honestly, I'm happy with the way this sneaker turned out. Obviously, it was never going to be perfect, and we were never going to be able to get it back to how it was. But I think we did a good enough job. Now, what a lot of people do is they put like mink oil on it to completely reset it and like get that super nice suede back in there. I don't have any of that, and I don't plan on doing that for these sneakers. I honestly like the way this faded red looks on this super bright red. It does a really good job of calling that out. If we look at it next to the other shoe, the other one's pretty cooked. I will eventually clean it, but I'm just very happy with the way it actually turned out and how some of that darker stuff and that mud guard is kind of taken out. I'm very happy with how this sneaker turned out. I think it looks really good. I am gonna wear these more now that they are clean. I understand that this is not a perfect cleaning. I understand that these are not repaired completely to newness. They're not fresh like they used to be. But I definitely do think they look better than they did when I first got them and after wearing them for so long. So I'm very happy with the way it looks, and there's absolutely no complaints. And I'll be doing this to a few of my New Balance. I think this method works the best in my opinion. I will buy mink oil to kind of like further rehydrate the suede. But for right now, for a pair like this that was 50 bucks, I think I definitely got my money's worth, and we'll be able to continue to wear these for the time being. So really happy with these, and I hope you guys found this educational, and let me know if you do anything different to clean your New Balances that you think might work better than what I just did. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, and if you like videos like this, always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next one.